we are back with another exciting episode of the OIC podcast. It's your boy Khaled, and sitting right next to me is... What was that?
What?
The whole slurping thing.
Oh, I'm enjoying my venti vanilla bean frappuccino from the Bucks.
You didn't have to slurp though. You could have done that before the show. You could have done it after the show.
It's at the end. It's at the bottom of the cup.
You shouldn't have done that though. We're recording.
Well, I'm sorry that you're jealous because I didn't bring you a frappuccino, right?
A little bit, actually. Yes, I'm a little bit jealous.
You need to open your mouth next time and say something.
You didn't tell me you're gonna bring. Seriously? You're just gonna do that? Okay, the whole show's gonna be him drinking his frappuccino.
Nah, I'm done.
You done?
Yes.
You done? Okay. Well,
it was a vanilla bean frappuccino.
Was it vanilla bean frappuccino?
Yes.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, we just want to do a quick apology. Today we were supposed to be doing our vet talk. Unfortunately, some schedules...
I'm a little upset about this because I wanted... Well, I don't know if you remember, you know Claudia, right? In the inner circle?
Yeah.
She wanted to be a veterinarian when she grew up, and she was
No,
waiting...
not veterinarian. Like veterans, people that serve in the army, military. I guess I should call it military talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm embarrassed.
On a sad, some schedules got conflicted, and we had to, I guess, reschedule. So hopefully we can get it done out of the next episode or soon, at least.
So you're saying that what we have to do with this topic that we were supposed to do is to...
We're going to wing it today.
So... Okay, that was embarrassing. Kyle, didn't we talk about a contest we were going to have with keeping our phones on, and whoever's phone went off first had to do like an embarrassing truth or a dare or squawk like a chicken or something like that?
Well, yes, we did. And I guess, did I just win?
I believe you did.
So, I'm going to have to come up with a good dare for you to do.
And let's please forget that Let It Go
was
from
that
Frozen is my ringtone. Let's forget that because it's changing tonight.
So, I guess, let me think of a dare we either do at the end of the show or on the next episode. How about that?
That's fine.
All right, we'll have a dare for Javi to do on the next episode. How's that sound for you guys? If you want to shoot me an email at doicpodcast@gmail.com to help me come up with some good ideas, I'll much appreciate that. So,
I don't.
What?
You know what? I'm a man of my word.
You got to do the dare. Exactly. Whatever it is, you got to do it. So, I guess since we're kind of winging it today. There was a topic that we brought up last week. Maybe we could get into it a little bit later or something.
Racism?
No, dude, not racism. We're not going to touch that. We're not touching with a 10-foot pole. Okay, we're staying away from that.
Do we have any poles that are longer?
We're not going to touch it at all.
But it's a sensitive topic, dude.
That's why we're not going to touch it.
We need to address it.
We're not going to talk about it.
Okay, fine.
So, how's your week today, bud? How's your week been, bud?
My week's been pretty good. I am off of work as of 7 o'clock today, and I raced here to get this podcast done, and I lost a bet today, dude, so I have to do a dare on the next episode.
It's been a great day for me so far now.
Yeah. Something tells me that GT Hunter is going to be the one that submits that dare. And it was pretty cool. I mean, I went to work. It wasn't bad. You know what? Do you know what I ran into today?
What'd you run into today? A dare?
No, I ran. Maybe you need to run into the kitchen and make me a sandwich because I'm pretty hungry. Because I didn't get to eat on my way up here. But no, I ran into a realization that a girl that I've been working with for the past 6 weeks, if her hair was just a little bit lighter, she looks exactly like Elsa from Frozen.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
So is that why you set your ringtone to Let It Go?
No.
So every time you saw her, you could just start playing it?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, so you loved Frozen so much you changed your ringtone to Let It Go.
No. WCW?
Uh-huh.
You know what that is?
World Championship Wrestling.
No, buddy. We don't talk about wrestling on this show because we know how people roll their eyes and say, oh my God. Okay? We're not going to go there. No, Woman Crush Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Elsa from Frozen was my Woman Crush Wednesday.
Okay. For like the past, 4 or 5 months? 6 months?
Bro, this trolling, you got to let it go. Let it go.
I'll let it go.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, she looks just like Elsa. And another girl that works in an apartment, she kind of looks a little bit like her younger sister, Anna. And I
Where's Olaf?
I'm
sorry, I'll stop now.
It's not cold enough.
Okay.
It's not cold enough. We did have a pretty boy walking around the department, and I don't like him. So he was Hans of the Southern Isles.
Gotcha.
Very evil. And I was Sven.
Oh, okay. So I think you like Anna then. Oh no, Sven the reindeer.
I'm the reindeer. You're talking about Kristoff.
I was thinking about Kristoff there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. But yeah, so pretty much I kicked it with the cast of Frozen today, which was pretty cool. And I told the girl who I said looks like Elsa, I said, you know what? Because she kept denying it. I don't look like Elsa. I said, you know what? You just need to embrace it. You just need to let this persona take over. And if you let it take over, you can legitimately throw ice at people and say, shut up.
I just picture her going to like one of those ice machines, taking ice and just start throwing it at people like, no, you shut up, you shut up, you shut up.
I'm the freaking Queen of Arendelle. Thank you. Oh,
is that your phone again? So does this mean 2 days now? Please tell
no,
me
it was just one.
Just one?
It was just one. I'm putting it on silent now. We put it on silent after.
After you lost the bet?
First one.
All right.
But enough about me and Disney's biggest movie of the past 5 years, Frozen. What's up with you? What happened? What'd you do this week?
I worked my butt off, to be honest. And then, I actually went to a restaurant where I got good food service. And you know how picky I am about that. You know how... We've experienced some stuff.
This man here...
Oh my god, we've been through some stuff when it comes to services.
No. I have been through your stuff while you were going through some stuff at the restaurant.
If they get the order wrong 3 times in a row, I think that's cause for me not to want to tip that much and to raise a fuss about it.
No, that's fine. But just so you know, Claudia is very, very big on tipping. So if you even mention how little you tipped at last time. When these people make $2.75 an hour,
no,
she will rip your face off.
I'll put you like this. There's times where you get really good service. Like your drink's about half done and they're there with another drink for you, ready to go. Mm-hmm. Your food's out in a timely manner. If they brought out the wrong thing, they're not being all cranky about taking it back and getting it redone. Those people, I tip well. And when I say tip well, sometimes I'll tip the same amount as the bill. Or maybe a little bit less. We
got money bags in the house. Tip the same amount as the bill. Do you know how much I can eat? I go broke in the first 2 days after getting paid if I tip the bill.
But that's why I don't eat out that much. I eat out, and when I go out, I expect I just expect good service from time to time at least.
From time to time.
Well, at least
you expect good service even before you walk in the place. Let's be honest.
I want the red carpet rolled out for me. Okay. I want that.
No, Matt Damon. Not even Matt Damon gets the red carpet out for him.
But okay, if just hear me out on this. So if you go to a restaurant and you sit down and your waiter or waitress takes about 40 minutes before they come and see you, is that good service so far for you? Or is that bad service?
Okay, well, I know the answer you're looking for, and overall, no, it's not. But I'm a little different. I'm a very patient person when it comes to a lot of things. I'm impatient about some things, but a lot of people know me. I'm Mr. Like Elsa says, let it go.
You just let it go and go with the flow.
I just go with it. If I'm with a group of people that I can just shoot the breeze with for an hour or so, I really don't care. Honestly.
Now, if they put mayo on your burger when you told them no mayo, how do you feel about that?
I'm choking a bitch.
That's what I thought. I know you don't like that.
Well, after the second or third time. I mean, if it's mayo the first time, I'm like, son of a gun, they put mayo. I'll let them know, hey, there's mayonnaise on here. Now, somebody's getting choked if I see them wiping the mayo off, which I swear to God, that happened to me one time. They just wiped it off, put new lettuce on it.
Did you stand there in front of you and be like this?
I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that. Get that out of my face before it gets in your face.
So let's continue with this topic, then. Let's go through some of our good, bad, and I guess ugly. Because I have an ugly situation when it comes to service.
You do.
At restaurants.
You're okay. I thought you were talking about a situation that you had going on right here with what you're wearing. That is an ugly situation. Nobody wears Puma anymore.
Puma is awesome, dude. Puma.
You know what? That shirt almost made me poo my pants because
Wow.
nobody wears Puma anymore.
Wow. Okay.
Nobody.
You want to take that the high road.
Yes.
Mr.
You don't
No one
want
wears
to.
name tags anymore.
I'm letting people know who I am, so I can be easily approachable.
Easily approachable.
Yes.
All right. So, give me a good experience you had in service.
Oh man, I remember I went to Wings and More one time about 4 or 5 years ago with my sister, and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I think my nephew had just been born, or maybe he was a year old.
Okay.
But this dude was smart enough to see that 3 people ordered root beers, so instead of continuously coming back,
Brought the pitcher?
he brought the pitcher.
That's a smart man.
Yeah.
That's a smart man right there.
And it was a Tuesday too, and you know how busy Wings and More gets on
Two
Tuesdays.
for Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
So, and he came by every 5 minutes, and it never got annoying. You know how some waitresses, it gets annoying?
Yeah.
I guess the way he worded everything he said, it never got annoying, and it always seemed like
He was
helpful.
courteous, right?
Right.
He wasn't being rude or didn't seem like he didn't want to be there or anything like that.
No, not at all.
And I can live with that. I can live with somebody coming up every 5 minutes, checking on you, seeing if everything's fine. You know, as long as they're not rude or pushy about everything, no?
Right. See, because with me, the way I tip towards the very end, it always starts at $10.
And works their way down.
Right. If certain things aren't met, or if certain things happen, like, you know, with no refills
Yeah.
or with constant mess ups of the order, that tip eventually goes down. So
So-
it always starts at 10.
Seeing that you mentioned Wings More, I'll give you my ugly right off the bat because you mentioned Wings More.
Okay.
So this is before we started going there frequently. You know, this is before they changed their name and everything like that. So
Which, by the way, was a god awful name to change it to.
yeah, which actually I'll confess, I worked at Wings More at one point myself, so I understand how things grow on back there and a little bit. This is before I even worked there. I had this experience. So we got there. It was a pretty slow. It was if I'm not mistaken, it was a Saturday night. It wasn't busy. It was right before they started getting busy.
Is this the day? Is this the
You
time?
weren't-
I think I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
Okay, never mind.
I think this is like right after we started hanging out, but I don't think we invited you out that night. But we're there. We're just hanging out, and it took. First of all, we sat down, and it took about 15, 20 minutes before we got a waiter. You know, it's like okay, whatever. Maybe they're short staffed today. Whatever, no big deal.
Wait. Was this the Wings and More by Edward Cinema?
Yeah.
Oh, to get a waiter. Okay,
Yeah, to get a
I thought you meant to get seated.
No, not to get a seat, to get a waiter.
Okay.
So the waiter comes, takes our drink orders. We're waiting. 20 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass. We still haven't gotten our drinks yet.
Okay.
He comes back about 35, 40 minutes later. There's our drinks. And he got mine wrong.
Did you at least have good conversation throughout that time, or?
Yeah, I mean, we were waiting for a show. Like, we were going to see a movie, right? We got there about 7 because we wanted to go see, like, the 8:30 movie.
Mhm.
Well, that was sold out, so we had to pick the next one, which is, like, at 10:30, 11 o'clock. So we're like, we got time to waste. It doesn't matter, right?
Okay.
So we get there, and we go through that whole spiel. Hour into it, we finally get our drinks. And mine was wrong. So I'm like, okay, this is wrong. And he's like, he gave you the look like, no, it's not. I got the right thing. You just don't know what you want type of thing. It's like,
Well, what did you order?
I ordered a root beer. Brought me Dr. Pepper.
I mean, it's the same thing to me in my book, but okay.
But it's just little things, right? You took 40 minutes to bring a drink. At least you could have done was bring the right thing.
Was the place packed?
No, it was not. Like I said, it wasn't packed just yet. It was... By the time our food showed up later on, it was packed. But prior to that, it was not.
Okay.
Okay, so like I said, I waited 40 minutes, didn't get my drink. You bring the drink, and it's the wrong one. That's strike one right there for me. Strike
That's
two...
not necessarily a strike for me. That's more of ball one, but I understand. Everybody has different expectations.
Okay, if you waited 40 minutes for something, and then they bring you the wrong thing...
Well, like I said before, I'm a little bit more easygoing. If it's a Dr. Pepper root beer, actually, you order root beer?
Yeah.
To me, Dr. Pepper is a little bit more of an upgrade, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
But I understand the little things.
I wasn't in the mood for Dr. Pepper, dude. I didn't want a doctor. I want a root beer. Okay?
Okay, I got you.
So, after that happened, I went, it's like, fine, ready to order. Can't find our waiter now. It's like, okay, so...
You didn't raise up the flag?
If there was a flag, I'd have been doing Morse code. I've been doing, like, flag signals, everything I can to get a waiter. Right? So, finally, I saw one waiter. It wasn't our waiter. Another waiter walks by. I'm like, we're ready to order. He's like, I'm not your waiter. I kept walking. I'm like, Okay. So we waited another about 30 minutes. Our waiter finally comes back. And it's like, okay, I want this, this, this. You know, couple people I was with, they ordered as well. Came back. He got all 3 orders wrong.
No, when you say he got it wrong, do you mean like wrong in the aspect of...
I'll put it to you like this. I ordered hot wings. I got honey barbecue wings.
Okay.
Right? My buddy ordered was the boneless wings. He ordered boneless. He got bone in. I mean, that's not really that big of a deal.
We're talking about Nick here?
Yes, we are.
Let me guess. Hot lemon pepper boneless wings?
Yes. He got lemon pepper bone in.
Oh, okay.
And the other guy
predictable.
ordered...
Wait, he showed up?
Yeah, he actually showed up.
The Loch Ness Monster showed up.
The Loch Ness Monster actually showed up.
Okay.
But, and the other guy ordered... he ordered curly fries and a hamburger with...
We're talking about Kobe here?
No, it wasn't it.
Okay.
Without cheese on it, and they put pepper jack cheese on it.
Wait, so you asked no cheese?
No cheese.
And they put the least popular cheese on there?
Yeah. so I mean, this guy, straight up, everything, it was just down, it was just one thing after the other, dude.
And like, sorry to interrupt you, but it's like... There's no way he even brought you the wrong, like, another table's order, because everything was like...
It was like
1 or 10% of
exactly.
what, you know, like...
Exactly. And
you could see that they attempted to get what was on the paper.
It's like he was there physically taking stuff around, but mentally he was just, I don't care. I'm just gonna bring these people this food. I don't care.
It's like they just started pulling freaking flavors and ways to cook stuff, and you know, it's kind of like whenever people invite you somewhere, like, oh, you gotta have an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. It's like, okay, well, for this, they'll get bone in. For this, they'll get honey barbecue. And for this, they'll get undercooked.
Exactly. That's kind of how it was. And then that wasn't even the worst part of it. So finally, we finally got our meals.
Please tell me you dined and dashed.
No. I paid. The manager gave us a discount. Right?
Okay.
Manager gave us a discount. I paid. I left $0 tip. As I'm walking out, all I hear at the back is like, bleeping cheapskate. I'm like, I'm gonna just keep walking because I'm gonna turn around and say something I don't want to say right now. But I'm sorry. If you've been through all those experiences, if you had all that happen to you, are you gonna leave a tip?
No.
Exactly. But this man took the time, saw that I wrote $0 on the tip, and yelled bleeping cheapskate. I'm not gonna use the word because people might be listening.
This is PG-13.
Exactly.
PG-12.
Exactly.
PG-12. Now, okay, I can understand the cheap and cheapskate comment up to the point to where he's a waiter, right? And they don't make very much. And I know, trust me, I know what you're going to say. I know. And I agree with you. But let me finish. I can understand it because if you're a waiter and you only make that much money and people know that you only make that much money and you tip $0, it can get a little frustrating if they think that they're doing a hell of a job. This dude must have thought he did a hell of a job.
Man, I don't know what he was thinking then.
He must have thought that he was on his way to being Employee of the Month or something.
That was my ugly story.
Okay, well, I won't give you my ugly just yet. I'll give you my...
Your bad, I guess?
My bad, yeah. It actually wasn't a restaurant, but it was a delivery from a restaurant that I like to eat from.
Okay.
I ordered Chinese food.
Oh, dude, I love some Chinese food.
Yeah, just without the vegetables.
It's bad when they mess up, though.
Especially when they deliver it.
Oh, dude, when they mess up, it is bad. They never mess up like in a little way that you can be like, oh, okay, I can overlook it. It's always really bad mess ups.
Yeah, well, this one wasn't so terrible, but it messed up my hour after receiving the food because it's like this isn't what I wanted. I mean, it's still good. It's like if you were craving wings all day and finally on a Tuesday you go to Buffalo Wild Wings like let's give me some wings, and they put a hamburger in front of you. You're like I wanted wings, but
okay, so it's not as bad as going to Chick-fil-A and it's like, oh crap, it's Sunday.
Remember, this isn't the ugly; it's the bad. Okay, so I ordered Kung Pao beef, extra spicy, with chicken fried rice, extra spicy, both no vegetables.
Dude, I'm getting hungry now just thinking about all this food.
Yeah, I might have to order from there tomorrow. So they said, I'm not going to imitate their voice, and I say that because I was just about to imitate their voice.
Yeah. No racism.
No racism. No cheating either. They said, okay, we'll have it there in about 30, 45 minutes. It took an hour and a half.
Ooh.
You know, and nobody ever orders with the plan that I'll be hungry 30, 45 minutes later from now. They always order with, I'm hungry now, let me order something. So I was already hungry. Yeah. So I had to wait another hour and a half for my food to get there.
Maybe the driver got lost.
No. They usually call me when they get lost or they can't find the place or whatever the case may be. So anyway, I hear a knock at the door.
Yeah.
So I go there, and the dude has a flashlight because it's dark. It's about like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and he won't put the flashlight out even though the lights in my apartment are on. It's dark on the front of my porch, but it's not dark inside the apartment. So he and I'm not saying he had the flashlight in my face, but it was like in the vicinity.
So it was kind of blinding a little bit.
No, like I said, it wasn't in my face, but he wouldn't turn the flashlight off. Now, I should have asked him, but and like I said, he was using the flashlight in the manner that I needed it to see certain things. So he gave me the paper, so I can write my signature on it. But something was wrong with the paper, and it was like, it was bundled up a little bit.
Yeah,
like he didn't take care of it. Like he just grabbed it in his hand and just crumpled it up, and he gave it to me. And then I actually signed on the customer copy, so I gave it to him. And he said, no, you sign here. I'm like, oh, I couldn't even see it because like the paper was folded so bad. So I unfolded it, I signed it, and I put 0 tip because I was upset. So I got the food, and I don't know why. Something just told me, like, ask him what it is. So I asked him, is this Kung Pao beef, extra spicy, no vegetable, chicken fried rice, extra spicy, no vegetable? He said, no, Kung Pao chicken, no vegetable, no extra spicy, and he brought me a small order of chicken fried rice. Now I saved a little bit of money on it, but I wanted a big order of chicken fried rice, and it didn't have vegetables and it was spicy. But it's like, oh my god, I waited an hour and a half for. Yes, I'm gonna eat this food, but it's like
your taste buds were ready to experience something else, and it's just a letdown.
Right. Because I if people know me, I don't like vegetables that are cooked the way that they are in Chinese food.
Yeah.
But here's the worst part. I put 0 tip on it. Now, I was always taught.
Did he karate chop you?
No, that's racist.
I know.
I was always taught, don't leave the tip blank if you don't want to give them a tip. Always write a 0 and a line going through it.
Yeah.
Well, I did that. And I wish I would have got a cheap and cheapskate comment from this guy. I didn't. He turned around and he says, please, sir, please, tip. Please leave tip. I don't get paid very much. And I looked at him, I'm like...
He guilted you into it.
A little bit. Well, it wasn't more of guilting me into it. It was more of, if I say no to this guy, the next time he sees my address to get delivered to, he's going to do something to my food. So I gave him $4.
I understand.
That was the bad for me.
To be honest, I mean, the bad for me, the worst thing probably is going to Chick-fil-A, ordering one thing, getting something else, and then
wait. I thought they only sell chicken there. How can you order?
This is what happened. Okay.
How can you order chicken and not get chicken if that's what they sell there?
I wanted spicy. I didn't get the spicy. I got the regular ones.
You like spicy?
I like the spicy chicken from Chick-fil-A.
I didn't. Okay, just from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, just from Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
There's some certain place I'll eat spicy chicken, but the spicy chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A
just hit the spot.
Dude, you know what the worst part is? You get the cravings on the Sunday, and you're thinking it's a Saturday, and you get there, it's like, oh man, it's Sunday.
Are all Chick-fil-A's closed on Sundays?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I guess they be making that chicken money so much that they can afford to take off on.
Oh man, so I'll give you my good though. So, we went to, this was me and my uncle, parents, all that stuff. We went to Landry's in Kemah. This is like years ago.
Okay. And
the service was so good, dude. I'm talking about like, we ordered appetizers. They showed up like 5-10 minutes later, hot, good, just good service all around, right? The waitress was on top of her game and everything, and the bill came back. It was like $120 something bucks. And my uncle, he's he likes to spend money from time to time and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And all I remember was he left a tip. We're about to walk out. The waitress came running back, gives him a hug, and leaves. I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, in New York, how we tip is if the service is good, you leave equivalent to how much the bill was. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, so you probably tipped her a couple bucks. And I thought about it some more. I'm like, wait, equivalent to? He tipped her $120. No wonder why she's happy. But the service that she provided and everything for the meal and everything, like how fast it was out, the refills, checking up on us, all that stuff, A plus all the way, dude. I would have tipped $120 if I had it.
I wouldn't have tipped $120 only because how long were you guys there?
We were there for about 3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, so if you break it down, you're telling me a waitress is making $40 an hour.
She just did,
and that's like 20 something bucks more than me an hour, and that ain't happening.
I'm just saying. Okay, sometimes, like I said, if there's good service, I mean, dude, I was shocked. They did everything but roll out the red carpet for me. Okay,
I'm with you up until the 120. I'm sorry. I'm not going to tip 120.
But no, I'm just saying that's how my uncle and that's how they tip up there. But that was some of the best. That was like that's my measuring stick, I could say. So
that's a little bit above and beyond for me.
So
but I understand.
That's why I'm so picky about service when it comes to food. That is, I know it's rough, but
I think you had some issues as a child.
I think I did too.
That's
but
why you don't. I think that's why you're very picky about it. But that's just me. But what's this place called again? Landry's?
It was Landry's out on
Kemah.
Out in Kemah. Yeah, it was really good. I mean, like I said, it was like 10, 12 years ago, so it's been a while.
Okay, I remember I went to a place at Kemah. It was like a seafood place. I don't know if it was called Landry's.
Was it Joe's Crab Shack? Joe's Crab Shack's awesome out there, dude.
I don't do crabs.
Okay. I'm not gonna touch that one.
Not even with a 10-foot pole?
No. Alright, what's your ugly then?
Oh man. My ugly had to be a couple years ago when me and my family went to this Mexican restaurant. I mean, I'm Hispanic and I love Mexican food.
Yeah.
Hell, I know people who aren't Hispanic that love Mexican food, but I love Mexican food.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I love me some chicken fajitas, beef fajitas. Dude, I love fajitas.
I love anything Mexican except for... And it's funny because people say, how are you Mexican if you don't eat this? And I'll let you guys know I don't like pico de gallo. If it was just jalapenos and tomato, I could do it.
Yeah.
I just don't like the freshly cut onions, and I don't like sour cream.
Gotcha.
And I don't like guacamole.
Okay.
I wish I did. It looks delicious, but I don't.
Yeah.
And I don't like any seafood. But there's plenty of Mexican food to go around without the seafood and everything else I just named. Well, I went there, and first of all, the table was wobbly. We had to put some sugar packets down.
So you got a wobbly table.
A wobbly table.
So I already see. Tell me someone spilled their drink.
No.
Okay.
I'm the kind of guy who I learn from my mistakes when it comes to like very unimportant things, like things that really don't matter in life. Like whenever somebody has their blinker on, I'm quick to say, "Hey, you got your blinker on."
Yeah,
hey,
I know that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But they had a wobbly table, and the only good thing about the first 20 minutes of being there was the waiter did see us right away, and he did take our drink orders. He came back like 10 minutes later.
Okay.
The place was not packed at all. You could count how many people were in there. It was not packed at all. It took about 15, 20 minutes for us to get our drinks.
Ooh.
And then he didn't even ask us when he came back with our drinks.
We were ready to order or anything like that?
Well, he asked us if we wanted an appetizer. I'm like, dude, the time for appetizers is over. And the reason I say that with a little bit of attitude was because I hate when somebody puts the drink in front of the wrong person, and then expects you
to like reach over. It's
right.
It's like a version of musical chairs with the drinks.
Right, and it's like he didn't even try to, because he wasn't just holding the tray in his hand. He had the little thing that spreads out so you can put the tray on and then pass out the drinks. So as soon as I told him, no, I had a Coke. He was like, oh well, this one's Dr. Pepper. Can you pass that to her? And I'm like,
so I'm doing your job. I'm doing your job for you now. So
I guess
okay,
so.
So I'm going to tip myself.
You remember when I said all tips start at 10?
Yeah.
Well, that took it down to like $9.50. Right. I wanted to give them a fair start. I was like, okay, I'll start when they take the real order for the food appetizers and all that. Well, and then he put another wrong drink in front of somebody, and it wasn't like Coke instead of Pepsi or Pepsi instead of like Pepper. They ordered water. Yeah. How do you put a Coke in front of somebody that ordered water? And it's not like the person was like, looked like everybody else in the world. This was my mother, 54 years old.
Looked different from everybody else.
Yeah,
it's hard to mix.
Significantly different.
Gotcha.
So he put a Coke in front of her, and I don't know if you've ever dealt with older Hispanic women, but they can be very moody at times. And no, so
she wasn't having any of it.
No, like she told him right away. She was like, I had a water, and this is what pissed her off because there was no water on the tray. There was a Sprite, and we knew it was a Sprite because it had bubbles. So anyway, there was no water there. There was Sprite, and after he got the drinks corrected, he asked us, "Would you like to order any appetizers?" And I was like, "No, we just want to order our food now." He was like, "Okay, well, let me go get the menus." We hadn't had our menus. I was being sarcastic when I said we just want to order our food now because we hadn't had menus. I don't know if he thinks that we're just they're Hispanic, so they know what's on the menu.
So what you're saying is that you've been sitting down there, just relaxing. No, you hadn't had no menus, no food brought to you, nothing like that whatsoever. I mean,
no.
Wow.
None of that. But we didn't have a menu. I mean, I knew what I wanted, but a lot of times when I go to a Mexican restaurant, I always go in with the intention of I want a burrito.
You want a burrito.
But sometimes the tostadas will catch my attention, the quesadillas, or maybe I get an appetizer.
What you're in the mood for, right?
Yeah, and like we didn't have a menu, so he came back with the menus. We looked it over, and he waited for us for like 30 seconds. And then when I looked up at him, he's like, "Do you guys need a little bit of time?" I'm like, "Yes."
It's like you just brought us the menus.
Yeah. So finally we ordered, and it took another 30 to 45 minutes for the food to get out there. And it tasted nothing like Mexican food. You know how people joke about Taco Bell not being Mexican food?
Yeah, it tastes pretty good to me.
Well, I like it, but if somebody says, "Hey, authentic Mexican," like, not authentic Mexican. Gotcha. It is what it is, and I like it for what it is, but don't sell it to me for what it isn't.
It's Tex-Mex.
Stop defending Taco Bell.
Hey! I gotta defend what's good.
You know what's funny? What? There are no Hispanic people that work at Taco Bell, so don't even sit here and say it's Tex-Mex.
So, does that really matter?
No.
All it takes is the name and the type of food they put out.
Anyways, the food tasted. It didn't taste bad, but it wasn't Mexican food.
So what was the tip at now?
Oh, by the time I took the first bite of the quesadilla that I ordered, with the salsa that wasn't very good, the chips, the chips that weren't very good either. The rice, I'm not gonna say it was undercooked, but I didn't like it.
Gotcha.
The only thing that was really good about the meal was the charro beans.
Gotcha.
On
a scale of 1 to 10, that was what, like a 10?
What, the beans?
Yeah.
Oh, they were an 11.
Oh, so
that was the only thing that salvaged that meal.
That kind of bumped up the meal quality a little bit, I guess.
No, the bean quality.
The bean quality.
Those were some of the best charro beans I've ever had. And it sucks because I don't remember where that restaurant is. I don't remember the name. But anyway, the tip went straight from $10, at least for my part of the check. It went down to 50 cents. And the only reason it was 50 cents was because it came out to be like $16.50, so I just rounded it off to 17.
Gotcha.
And it was just bad service. I mean, refills were like non-existent. Like I had to get up and find somebody and ask them, "Hey, can I get a refill?"
You should have left it at $16.50 and tip yourself the 50 cents.
No, because I have a program with my bank. It's called Keep the Change.
Oh, okay.
If you pay $16.50 for something, it automatically takes 50 cents to your
Gotcha.
savings.
Yeah, I know about that. So I mean, I guess in that sense, we've each had good, bad, and somewhat ugly.
The so ugly.
I mean, the uglies have been pretty bad, and we're not saying everyone's experience at restaurants are going to be like that, but
there are a number of restaurants that never let you down. And you know what's funny? There are restaurants that'll let you down service-wise, but will make up for it in other ways. And there's some rrestaurants that are amazing with service.
Listen, what's your top three for great overall?
Overall?
Yeah.
Genghis Grill being one.
Okay.
Olive Garden.
Okay.
And I know you might fight. I know you and Claudia might fight me on this one.
Okay. What is it?
But Twin Peaks.
No,
because I'm looking at the overall experience as well.
I'm gonna put Twin Peaks up there as well, provided there's not a Cowboys and Texans game on at the same time.
But you got to admit though, they were very, very well staffed.
Look, that day they were well staffed. I'm talking about like if they not playing each other, but they're playing separate games.
Okay.
Because those days I heard you get pretty bad service. But yeah, I'll put Twin Peaks. You know what? I'll put IHOP on my list too. Can't go wrong with IHOP. And, you know, I'll have to agree with you, Olive Garden. Because if anything, they've been one of the most consistent places I've gone to when it comes to service and food and everything like that. And people want to say, oh, well, they're just, generic Italian type food. I don't really care. I'm not looking for the authentic Italian,
It's funny you say that because I would actually prefer a frozen lasagna from Kroger, H-E-B, Fiesta, wherever. Like Marie Callender's. I really like Marie Callender's. Over the lasagna at Olive Garden.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know they use fresh ingredients and it's all... Even if it's not authentic Italian, I mean, come on. Yeah. They got guys that know how to cook back there.
Like I said, consistency-wise, they're up there, I think. I mean, you can't give them that. You got to give them that. But, I mean, so those are just, I guess, our waiter nightmare stories in a way.
Yeah. And,
I don't know.
You know what? And I want to put an honorable mention on there. You remember that time we went to go watch WrestleMania 28, and we were like the last 3 people that they let in.
Oh yeah,
and we sat at the front at Wings and More.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my amazing hearing abilities, I heard one of the waitresses tell the person that was letting people in.
Yeah.
Hey, we can fit 3 more. And for some reason, they didn't see the 3 people sitting there because that's where we were going to sit if I hadn't overheard them. And I jumped up and I said, "Hey, did you say 3 more?" So I was like, "Yeah. Do you have 3?" So we went to go sit. Remember when I was talking about there's places that have horrible service but make up for the overall experience, and there's places that have great service that just mess it all up with everything else? Well, I think this was one of those days because they set us in a booth that
had no table. Oh, we had a chair. That's right. I remember that. There was
4 chairs and we had one chair. But I made the best of it because there was somebody there who was just really grumpy about everything. I said, "Hey guys, we're in. We got a great look at the TV. We didn't get a waiter for about 10, 15 minutes.
But when we did,
I asked the guy that passed by. I was like, "Hey, bro, we don't have a table here. Does that mean we're not going to get a waiter?" He was like, give me a couple minutes. I'll be right with you." He came back and he took care of us, and that place was packed. I would say even more than a Cowboys Texans game at Twin Peaks.
We tipped him well, didn't we?
Yeah, I gave him $10. You gave him $10, and he pulled one of those moves that you said the waitress did at Landry's. He came up to us and thanked us for such a good tip because everybody else was tipping crappy, and I'm like, I mean, you worked there during a pay-per-view. I think it was
No Way Out.
No, it wasn't.
No Mercy.
No, it wasn't No Mercy.
It was No Mercy.
Was it?
Yes, it was No Mercy.
I remember it was Christian and Jack Swagger for the title. I remember that.
Was that No Mercy or No Way Out? I just remember it started with
I think it was Backlash.
Was it Backlash?
It was right after.
It was right after WrestleMania. Oh yeah, that's right. So it was back. God damn, man. I'm sorry, dude.
But I mean, you know what it's like to be there during a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and
it's hectic.
This dude just added another table, and he took care of us.
And it was great. It was great service. So I don't remember his name, but if he's ever, I doubt he's still there because they have such bad turnover.
I agree.
Is really bad. But
there's never any cute girls there, so like, why would you want to stick around?
Well, I'm gonna let you close out the show today, Albie.
Wait, you're gonna let me close out the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you close out the show today.
You're being serious?
Yeah, I'm 100% serious.
Awesome. I'm calling you out, bro. I'm hitting you with this towel, and I'm calling you out.
Call me out for what?
Tom Brady.
What about Tom Brady?
I'm calling you out on Tom Brady, and you know what? I think we need to do this every now and then because there's so many things that we agree on, so many things, but there's so many things we disagree on as well.
So what you're saying is that during every show we're going to pretty much call one another out on certain things that we're going to have a little discussion about?
Yeah.
Like a little side panel?
Well, you know what? It doesn't even have to be a discussion. I'm gonna present a very strong case for why I'm calling you out on something, and you give me your best rebuttal.
Okay.
But I need to make this case because I feel like anytime I bring something up that you disagree on, it kind of it goes south every time. Like the conversation goes in a different direction. So
okay.
I'm going to present my argument right now. I'm calling you out on Tom Brady because I'm pretty sure if I asked you name your top 5 quarterbacks,
he's not on my top 5.
I'm sure he's not.
I think he's in the top 10 now, but not top 5.
He's not in my top 5 favorite quarterbacks, but he is in my top 5 all-time greats.
I'll take Matt Schaub over Tom Brady. Mess with you there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. I know you don't like Tom Brady as much as other quarterbacks. I know you think he's correct. I know you think he's a system quarterbback. But here's the thing, though. Not every quarterback is a Peyton Manning
that is true.
Or a Dan Marino. But here's the thing, though. You can't look in a dictionary and look up quarterback, and it's going to say Warren Moon, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino. These guys that sling the ball.
It's probably going to say, I don't know, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, maybe those guys, maybe? I'm just saying.
No, because here's the thing. Tom Brady has more Super Bowls than all 3 of those guys combined.
David Carr has a Super Bowl ring.
Okay, that doesn't count.
Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, really? Let's not go there. He has 3. Brady has 3.
So what?
And it was in the beginning of his career. Okay, are you going to let me finish my argument? Because I'm calling you out right now.
Go ahead.
I'm calling you out.
Go ahead.
Remember, there's a rule. You can't talk when somebody's calling you out.
Lips are sealed. Go ahead.
Okay, so the thing is not everybody can be a Peyton Manning or a Dan Marino, right? Mm-hmm. The quarterback is a position on the field that is supposed to facilitate the ball to do what? Score points. And that's what Tom Brady does. Has he ever had beast players? Yes. Has he ever played with people that aren't so great? Yes. Has he facilitated that ball to the best of his abilities, even though he's not a great runner and he's not the best passer in the world? Yes. Has he made the right plays most of the time? Yes. Does he have one of the best quarterback ratings? I'm not so sure, but I know that dude is accurate as hell. And it seems that he always seems to make the right pass, the right play to the right person, and he gets it done. Now, granted, he hasn't won a Super Bowl in 10 years, but he's been there 2 more times. 2 more times after that.
Lost to Eli Manning.
Right. And he's made it to the AFC Conference Championship game 4 more times after that. So, what about anything I just said do you not agree with? Because it seems to me that somebody can come in and be better than what the quarterback is supposed to be, but just not do it the way Manning or Marino does it, and you won't like him.
All I gotta say is Brad Johnson, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's not the quarterback does not take you to the Super Bowl. Quarterback doesn't win you the Super Bowl. He might assist in winning you the Super Bowl. He might assist in taking you to the playoffs and stuff like that. But it's a team game at the end of the day. Now, this is my argument here. You take Brady off of the Patriots, they are still functioning as a top class team. You take Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees. I'll even go Russell Wilson, Colin Kaepernick. You take those guys off of their teams, they'll be lucky to make it to the playoffs. That's why I don't think Tom Brady's that great. That is why. It's not because he has 3 Super Bowl rings. That's great. He's thrown for over 4,000 yards several times. That's great. He threw for over 50 touchdowns before. That's great. I'm not saying any of that is not great. What I'm saying is, you take Tom Brady off the Patriots, they're still a good team. You take most of these other quarterbacks off their teams, they aren't that good. That is why I rank them higher than Brady.
And the only rebuttal I have to what you say about taking him off his team and they still being functioning is the fact that how you criticize him with him being a system quarterback, that's a system team as well. That's a team that
I'm saying he's on a team that we'll never see again. I can't see us ever seeing a team that functions at the level that the Patriots function at. And that's not a knock against him. That's not a knock against the players on that team. They're good players. But they're all replaceable players. Is what I'm saying. Other players are not replaceable. For example, you take Arian Foster off the Texans, they aren't 4-5 right now. And we have J.J. Watt, but he can only do so much on the defensive side. Arian Foster is technically the Texans' offense. You take Peyton Manning out of Denver, they got nothing. I mean, they won some games with Tim Tebow, but they're not that team. Okay, I'm just saying, Brady is a replaceable player on a good team that has replaceable players.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty good quarterbacks on some pretty great teams that were never heard from again. Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson was not a good quarterback. That defense took the.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm not saying he was a good quarterback. He was decent. He was decent enough to help at least assist with. You could have put
Matt Schaub, David Carr. You could have put any quarterback on that Tampa Bay team. They were going to win the Super Bowl.
That quarterback.
It didn't matter.
Along with Trent Dilfer, and I'll be honest with you. I put Russell Wilson on that list, but I'm inching closer to taking him off. But they at least assisted in making certain plays to win that Super Bowl. I'm not, just like with Eli Manning, I'm not saying they're the reason they won, but the things that they did, whether they threw an interception here or fumbled the ball here, they made a play in that game to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, we got to save this topic. No, we'll talk about this some more in depth next week.
No, this is it. A call out is just a call out. It's just a call out.
I kind of want to go into this because
no. We don't have to. Because we've talked about this 1,000 times. People that are listening right now, they've heard it 1,000 times. If we really wanted to argue, we can talk about Manning versus Brady, which I'm sure will take up.
You can't compare Manning to anybody else. It's not going to happen.
You can only compare him to Brady because they've had like the best rivalry over the past 10, 15 years. But I just want to leave it with this, and then you can say whatever you want after this. You know how the Patriots traded Ryan Mallett to the Texans?
Yeah.
For a 6th-round draft pick? Conditional 6th-round draft pick?
Yeah.
If they get that 6th-round draft pick, I feel like the Tom Brady legacy is going to continue because who was drafted in the 6th round that ended up winning 3 Super Bowls?
They already drafted Brady's replacement, though, the last season. Garoppolo. They're not going to draft another quarterback this year.
Who was drafted in the 6th round in 2001 or 2000?
I'm not saying.
Just answer the
Tom
question.
Brady, yes, he has 3 Super Bowls.
In the 6th round by the New England Patriots.
Okay, Tom Brady. What's the big deal?
It's going to happen again.
No, they drafted their quarterback last year.
You can draft a quarterback all you want, but
should we do a little friendly wager? Let's do something about the Patriots draft
You're a lot more. No, see, here's the thing. You know, I'm not very strong when it comes to college football, so that's like making a wager with a dog and saying who can finish his book faster. But I just wanted to leave you with that. They traded for a conditional 6th-round draft pick, and the last quarterback they drafted in the 6th round was Tom Brady.
By the way, they more likely aren't going to get that draft pick. Mallett has to play at least 40% of the snaps for the entire season. He's already missed about...
I'm just saying, if they get that 6th-round draft pick, the Tom Brady legacy continues.
We'll end it with that for tonight. I'll call you out next week. Don't worry. We'll continue this sometime. All right, folks. See y'all. Have a great night.